Hello, everybody. This was an experiment. Do you see and hear us? Uh, any feedback? Let us know if you see and hear us. Oh, wow. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Guess what, Jessie?
What?
I can have us go live from OBS.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So we don't even need to worry about, the YouTube window being open. Ah, anyway, so hello everybody.
Yes.
Jesse's going to be finishing something up, which is okay. Yeah,
But
boy is terrible, terrible.
I still need to find us so that way I can follow along with chat and stuff.
Oh, don't worry. They're not saying anything. They're just there saying words like outrageous and fell off and here relatively. Anyway, yeah, I'm in pretty bad shape. I'm feeling better today than I was yesterday, and I am eagerly looking forward to the time when I can take more medication, which should be soon, right?
God, you should do it now, actually.
Well, I don't want to do it too soon. Besides, I don't want to spoil LangTime medication moment. The LMM that we do every week. It's a big thing on the show.
Well, the bigger question is,
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to start yours? And if so, do you mind taking little breaks to get photos taken?
That's really more a question for you. Like, if you really want to get that done now, then I will do that for you. I'd be happy to wait, but
Just
you know,
frustrated because it was supposed to be done so easily and quickly, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And
uh,
whatever.
often that's the way of it. Um, Sometimes things in life are more difficult than they are ever intended to be, but you just got to push through it anyway. We're doing our best. Um,
Well, mine was approved, and that's part of why I wanted to go ahead and get yours done, because, it's a working day, and it's right when the window is open,
Yep.
and so I'm just gonna do it. I'm sorry, David's gonna need to get up and do
do I
photos.
do I need
at
to give
some
you do I
point.
need to give you my phone, or can you do it from your phone?
I think it said I could apply for more than one person, so I'm gonna
All right.
see what happens. I'm gonna be using my email to access it, or it needs to
That's
be an
fine.
email that I can access. So do you want it to be the LangTime email, actually?
Oh, I mean, honestly, whatever you want. I'm so happy you're taking care of this. I love to be the Patrick in the relationship, the one that gets taken care of, who doesn't really have any responsibilities. Oh, anyway. Um, I do want to mention. So yes, last week I was sick, Patrick. Oh, we love you, Patrick. Um, and honestly, we only tease because we know you can take it and you're in on the fun. If it ever is not the case, you let us know. It will stop. So I was sick last week, and somehow I'm sicker this week. Um, it's
Well, not somehow. It's like
yeah,
the air quality is awful here.
yeah. Um, so um, so I was going to say, oh yeah, I'm sicker this week, but I think I'm better today than I was yesterday, which is good news. Um, and need to be better in a hurry because Jesse and I are going to be going to England on Monday, and we're going to be gone for at least one lane time, maybe two. I think it's two.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh, and so, we'll see. We'll see how the schedule goes because it's kind of up in the air right now. If we're around and have free time at some time that is somewhat convenient for at least one person, maybe we'll hop on and say something. Um, but otherwise, you might not see us for 2 weeks. And when we come back, we're going to start season 7 in the Fox language, which is an a posteriori language that is built off of the Proto language of the dog language. So we're going to be revisiting that. Anyway, most of you know that we are in Southern California. In Southern California has a raging wildfire in the north right now. To kind of like, especially for those who aren't from the area, to kind of give you a better idea of this. Often it's discussed that we have a wildfire season. That's not the case. We have something that are known as the Santa Ana winds. The Santa Ana winds come at least twice a year, semi-predictably. And they dry everything out. They push a lot of dust, a lot of pollen. And because of that, it gives us an environment that is much more likely to support a wildfire if it starts. It's much more likely to take a small spark and expand it. Whereas, the rest of the year, maybe not. Even if we're, drier than many other areas normally, at this time it is especially dangerous. And so that's what happened. However, it started. The winds gave us a situation that led to a wildfire that's hit a lot of northern Los Angeles. The way that LA and kind of Orange County is situated, first of all, we have this coastline that kind of tapers southeast, right? And you have LA, which is kind of like in a bubble like this, and Orange County, which is in a bubble below it down the coast. Okay? Mm-hmm. Just a second, we're taking a photograph.
Well, first you gotta...
Should I take my glasses off?
I did not.
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna be wearing them. Try here, you hold the phone. If you're not gonna be... And then scan when you're ready. And then you have to move closer, I think. Okay. And then we'll...
Scan phase completed. Okay.
Okay. We'll have one more to do. So sorry, everyone.
So,
I need you by that wall when you're ready.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't have anything in the background.
Okay, just a second.
So everyone, hey, David is still explaining. I did it right here in between where there's nothing behind you. And then you're going to have to hold the camera and then get your face right in that oval. Get closer, closer. So your face is filling the oval. All the way so it's filling. Like, so we don't want the door jammed behind you. So you need to move over. There we go. Okay. When you're ready, hit the take photo button. Oh my God. Okay, it's going to take a second. David's got to fix his hair. And then... Okay, well, it obviously didn't work. Okay.
Your photo does not meet the requirements. Make sure your eyes are open and clearly visible. You are looking directly into the camera. There is no flash or direct light in your eyes. You remove your glasses if there is a glare.
Okay. All right, so yes, we are... So I don't know. I was looking down and trying to read things as David was talking, and he's going to come back and keep explaining the situation. But we now have to fill out things to be able to be in the UK. And as David had mentioned, we're going to be in London, and we have to fill out things that will allow us to actually just enter the country. And this is a slightly bigger deal since we're going to be needing to be there. So anyway, all that is to say, we needed to get these in. We had only recently gotten all of the information we needed to be able to do this.
Yep. Anyway, so the way that Orange County and Los Angeles were settled is that the places near the coast, near the port, got really, really, really built up. And then the places, anybody who wanted to be near essentially where all the people were near the coast. And so these areas got built up and much more both urban and suburban a lot earlier than the other areas. When Hollywood became Hollywood, this was like in the 30s, right? What would happen is that, you have this urban suburban area where everybody is, right? That's kind of smaller. Increasingly, Hollywood, like the stars, would want to move away. to where it was less populated. And there were kind of two areas. One is the Glendale Burbank area, which is where Disney Studios is, which is to the northeast of Los Angeles. And the other is like the Topanga Canyon Malibu area, which is to the northwest of Los Angeles. Anyway, these areas are still largely not unpopulated, but there's a lot more vegetation in these areas, and on purpose. Like Jason Momoa lived up in Topanga Canyon, and it's like, I mean, at the part where he lives, it's like dirt roads, and just canyon and forest all around. It's really, really woodsy. Which is lovely, of course, but when it gets really, really dry, it means there's stuff that can catch fire. And so the fires can spread rather quickly because there's a lot of stuff around. Anyway, the point is where we are in Orange County, first of all, it's south of LA, which is south of that woodsy area. So there's like LA between us. And on the east, you also have the areas that have especially been settled starting in like the 90s. So we're talking about the 80s, 90s, the Corona Riverside area, which used to be sparsely populated. This is where people started moving to because places like Orange County were too expensive, right? And so those areas have started to get built up. Essentially, there is a buffer all around Orange County. We have Los Angeles to the north of us, and we have this area to the east of us. And then also just South Orange County to the south of us that is extremely urban, extremely suburban, doesn't have a lot of vegetation, and so is de facto kind of insulated from a lot of these wildfires. And so if you were concerned, we certainly appreciate it. We are not directly affected and likely never will be. I made a post on Instagram just now, and this is true. It sounds like a joke, but no, it's really true. If you ever hear that Disneyland is under threat of fire, then that means we might be under threat of fire too. Because Disneyland is obviously a very, very big thing. So if something were to happen to Disneyland, everybody would hear about it. And so if you hear about things in the area that actually affect Disneyland, those are things that might likely affect us because Disneyland is very close to us. So for example, something that might happen, I don't know, if the air quality here ever gets so poor because of the fires that Disneyland has to close, then the air quality where we live is really, really bad. I mean, I can already see that it's really bad. But even so, we are not under threat for any fires. A lot of people are right now, and a lot of people are doing a lot of hard work to make sure that it doesn't spread. And yeah, it's just an awful thing. And because of the way these things got settled, like a lot of the people that you're hearing that are being affected are like big movie stars, the people that are very wealthy, and it's just because of how Los Angeles was settled. They're settling in these areas that are up north, that are away from urban Los Angeles, that are more wooded, that have a lot more expensive homes. But it's like, yeah, you're wealthy and you're a star, but it's still an awful thing to just completely lose your home. Aaron's parents lost their home in the fire that was up in Northern California back in, what is it now, 2019, 2018? The Paradise Fire, if you've heard about it. And it's just like, their area is a little bit like Southern California, where you always hear about threats of wildfires. And so it's kind of like a boy cried wolf thing. Like they had been evacuated from their homes several times. And it happened so much with never any damage happening to their home that it was like that time that it happened when they were evacuated, it's like, well, here we go again. Let's grab the stuff. But then literally the entire property gone. Anyway, so rough time. The winds are supposed to have died down now, which is what we need in order to be able to actually push back. When the winds are going, it's like, so anyway, that's some good news. For my personal health, however I was doing, I was made a lot worse because I'm severely allergic to smoke and dust and pollen. So it's just, it's been a rough time. But anyway, that is what's going on. So all that said, Jake, see your comment. LOL. All right. Okay, wait. So when did I take that Dayquil the first time?
when you woke up. And that is true, Magpie. But no, I'm sorry. I'm just obsessively checking the email. They only took 2 minutes to approve mine. It's been 5, and you're still not approved.
Probably been flagged.
Oh my God.
Understandable.
Like, oh my God. Anyway, I'm sorry. You can totally take meds now.
FBI's probably watching this stream, or they're waiting. They're like, give me an excuse.
And Mateus, I'm sorry that you also have to fill out things to come here. It's very annoying, and it's just very annoying. And I feel like a lot of these things are now going into place to just like get back at us as a country for having done that, because it's like the nationalities who do have to apply for these, it's like a lot of lists are just like only if you're a U.S. citizen. Otherwise, you're cool. That's what it feels like anyway. Okay. I know, right, Jonathan? Can't we just all be friends? And you're getting a severe one, right?
Yeah.
Making sure David's taking the severe Dayquil. Oh. We're working on Sarkezhe, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and start generating some ideas for things.
I don't even know.
We've got, I think, 5 more animals to name. I will be back. I'll be back.
By 5, David means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, wait, 9. Wait, I may have miscounted. Okay, so we've got another necromancer, 2 necromancers to name, 3 healers, 2 bards, and a soldier. So I think that's 8 that we still need to name. Yes. Okay, so ideas. What do you mean who would voluntarily go there? Magpie. So Jake, you're saying they famously over there love people coming there to work from everywhere. If they do, then they should make that a little bit easier. Still haven't heard back on David's application. Oh, and I thought if we just went ahead and did it right after mine, it would be like bam, bam, and then we would be done. I get very paranoid about things sometimes. Anywho. Okay. Necromancer ideas. Healer ideas. Bards. I don't know. They take a tea break. Well, Jessie, the book is in the production phase, which means like now my tasks are doing things like writing alt text for all the figures and working on indexing things and getting online supplements ready. So it's like the book itself is there and to them and doing things. It's really like all the other stuff that now has to be done that's really in the background. Yeah, we do need names for necromancers, 2 of them.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready for a LangTime medication moment?
Magpie's new band name is Severe Dayquil. Patrick is suggesting Bone Horde for a necromancer.
What?
Bone Horde?
We have a word for that. Realme.
I think he's saying, let's name a cat Bone Horde.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, LangTime Pharmacy. That's right. Magpie, Boney McBoneface.
Who would want to name their band Limp Bizkit? Like, why would you be proud of that?
Do you know we don't even have a word for bone in Sarkezhe?
Really? Well, I'm not surprised. We don't have words for
But anyway, also, it's from my memory, these cats are actually named at birth, so it's not like they necessarily would have known that their kid was going to be a necromancer. No, wait, they would, because they're born into the clan. And as you said, David, right, like,
Let's take a look at the clans.
They go.
Lynx. I'm sorry, we're not looking at lynx. We are looking at jaguar. And jaguar is necromancer indeed. They're not anything else yet. The thing is, eventually there's going to be more classes, and there's going to be more classes that kind of get folded in to each one of these. Like a useful way to think of this is like the right. It's potions and stuff is associated with Slytherin, right?
No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But it's like if you're in that house, you can do other stuff, right? It's what you're most closely associated with. I don't know.
But is it really?
So Jake says only in that Severus Snape as a teacher. Understood.
I feel like that's the case. I don't think they're actually like.
What a dumb name. Like, feels like just some Hollywood producer was just like pitching names because everybody else fell down on the job, and now like nobody was around to say no to him. And it's like, all right, in the bad guy house, it's like snakes or something called Slytherin. Oh.
Wait, okay, so what about one of these kitties? It may be a different one than the necromancer, but naming them like Thornclaw, like their little claws when they were little, like just absolutely killed.
That is honestly a wonderful, wonderful name. Let me see here.
Disque is Thorn.
We've got, wow, 3 of them, really. Wow. The 4-star one.
The 4-star what?
4-star necromancer. I really like that. Okay. Claw is Eek. Thorn.
Disque.
How have the other names worked? Like, have we done compounds? I feel like we haven't.
I don't remember what these mean.
Where are the names?
I mean, like, I'm looking at the names, but, like, I've got to look up all the parts individually because I don't remember what any of them mean.
Sorry, I'm really, really physically uncomfortable. This is the problem I was having trying to go to sleep last night. I just kind of, my body is just kind of like that with pain, and it sucks. It's just very, very, very uncomfortable, and I was so cold.
You were.
Which is crazy because Jessie just made me a brand new blanket, gave it to me for my birthday. Wonderful blanket, big, nice and thick. And it was the first time sleeping under it. And it's like I'm getting colds. Like,
It wasn't the blanket's fault. Imagine how cold you would have been without it.
yeah. So we got one of these names down. That's good.
Oh, gee. Do you have the list of what they actually mean though? Like, is that in the spreadsheet? Oh, thank you, Jessie. I was very, very happy with how that scarf turned out.
It was, this one's like, it's adjective, noun, compound, adjective, noun, compound. This one is just a noun. This one's just a noun.
I mean, we could just effectively name him Thorn with the understanding that Thorn is representing the claw.
No, but I really like your idea, and I want to make it work. Claw is a super small word, ich, and so let's do it. It'll just be, you know, let's do it like that. So diskihi.
Would it be he or
with a
ich?
ch. Here, I'll pull up the sound changes on Graham Hill's Lexergy sound change applier, which is our savior.
Oh, well, first of all, Patrick, no gift should ever be put to shame. And Jay has asked you, David, what low to medium effort gifts do you enjoy?
Pasties.
Oh. I mean, but if you're home making them, that's not low to medium effort. But you can just go buy
That's true.
one.
Yeah. Oh, I love traditional English food. It's so homey. Yeah, diskihi. It's a little tough to say, but I really like it. So let's do that.
Okay.
This is going to be the 4-star diskihi. We need a birth order, and I say just choose one you think goes with. We have Suotohos. Nope.
I took it away.
Thank you.
I thought I was typing on the 4-star.
Understood. Suotohos diskihi. Something that kind of goes with that.
Do you need to get your scarf?
I was actually going to get my hoodie, but I would like to show everybody my scarf.
You can also get your hoodie while you're upstairs. All right, so Suotohos diskihi. I feel like third goes with it. Mar. Diskihi mar. Diskihi ben. Ar. Trying to also see what we have used already in this. All right, we've got a barajo. Oh, it goes in the middle. That's right. Oh. That's right. So we do have a mar. And we've got a ben represented. I momentarily reverse the order. It goes clan, birth order, given name. I know this one could be a 1.
Now
Do we have a
everybody-
1 yet?
Check this out. Check out this scarf that Jessie made me. Yeah. It has oh, it's upside down. Oops. There we go. Yeah, but it's got a phrase in High Valyrian on it that means I have my joy to keep me warm. And the word for joy is derived from Jessie's name.
It's very sweet. I will say, though, the red side, technically all the glyphs are reversed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. Because that is, you have to have a front side and a back side when you do double knitting.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking maybe 1. I don't think we've used 1 yet. This little guy could be first in the birth order.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jake said I will absolutely get my mom to make some of our family gingerbread. Wow.
Whoa, that is a gift that will
that's incredible.
warm David's heart.
No, I love gingerbread. I will say that Paul Hollywood and I have a bit of a disagreement about how gingerbread, what the bite of gingerbread should be.
Yeah, it is very true.
Oh, this one is more like Parkin.
Yeah, we very much enjoyed
Yeah.
my version of Parkin. Yes.
Yeah.
And Jessie, I wish you luck on that.
Yeah.
And
I have to say one of the great joys of conlanging in general is that your language is finished enough that you can do something with it. And it's like what that something is going to vary from person to person. Like one of the things I I loved and really stood out to me from the Conlangi documentary was Jamin Johnson, right? Last name? Yeah, Johnson. Put all of their spice names in their conlang. Now, I mean, there's a joke that, you don't want to mix them up, so you need to know the names. But it's like that's something very real. That's something very real world and practical, where it's like, this is my language living its life, and that's really, really wonderful.
And especially because, cooking is a big part of Jamin's life. And so, like, that's just, like, it's something that's not only cool and, like, oh, I can do this, but also, like, it's, something super relevant to hobbies and joys.
Yeah, Danielle, great example.
Yes.
Labeling tea jars.
Oh, yes. Also, okay, your application was approved. So I can stop obsessively checking the email. That was number 1. Number 2, so thank you for allowing us that really crazy break at the beginning of the episode, as if we ever do things like that ever on live air. But like now my brain can rest a little easier and I can focus a little better. Also though, like, really thinking about, like David had said, getting your language to a point where it can be used, and like you don't need it to go further until you want it to go further. Just as an example, as people are saying, oh, I wish my orthography were there. I literally have, I think, created 5 total glyphs of Jwadi, one of which is tattooed on me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so the system is in my head. I know kind of where I'm going with it, but I also know this is going to be a very long project, and like waiting for the orthography to be like any degree of finished before I did anything with it would mean I wouldn't do anything with it for another decade. But sometimes you got to say, you know what, I really like this one aspect and I can stick with it. And so I'm going to go ahead and label all my tea jars now, or I'm going to go ahead and get my language tattooed on me and hope I don't change my mind. But even if I do, it will be a reminder of what I was thinking at one point for the language.
I want to pick out something that Tinguish said in chat, talking about the difference between should and must. In linguistics, this distinction is called strong and weak obligation. Should is weak obligation, must is strong obligation. In that, if you should do something, it's not as strong as if you must do something, right? And obviously, English makes a lexical distinction here between should and must. We have not just should, we also have ought to, which is weak obligation. Mm-hmm. And then for must, we also have need to and have to, which are also strong obligation. Obligation, that's hilarious. Well done, Jay. Not all languages are going to distinguish this lexically. So in other words, if you have one of these, that might be enough. Mm-hmm. And then what will happen is somewhere else in the phrase, there will be something to either strengthen or weaken it. So, for example, let's say that your basic one is must or have to, it's strong obligation. There might be a little tag particle at the end that is something like I think, or I say, or I suggest, which maybe gets shortened to a particle, right? And so then you have, you blank eat will mean like you must eat, but you blank eat particle comes from I think, means you should eat, right? It's a softener. So there are a number of ways to do it. You don't have to follow the pattern that English does necessarily. Something else is that they don't need to be the same type of construction. And I think this is most obvious by looking at English must versus English have to. Must is a true auxiliary, right? In that it doesn't exhibit subject concord, right? I must, he must. But on the other hand, have to is a perfect verb. So I have to, he has to, right? And so one of those is very much a standard verbal construction, even though it's used as kind of like an auxiliary way. The other one is a really, really strong auxiliary in English. So it could be the case that your weak obligation is one type of construction and your strong is another. Anyway.
We'll say in a lot of English grammar modes, what you're distinguishing between is a modal and a semimodal. Because the modal are the older ones where they've lost all of the inflections, and then the semimodals are the ones that are grammaticalizing still as we are going, right? And so the have to, be going to those kind where you still see the inflection, but you still see the, they're always followed by an uninflected form of a verb.
Yeah. There's also one other distinction that I want to raise, and that is within obligation, there is this distinction called deontic versus epistemic. And for example, basically deontic means do it, epistemic means it's probably the case. So the big distinction is that in English, like me saying, for example, you must go to sleep tonight, deontic. Me being in the house and hearing a noise upstairs saying Jessie must be here, that's epistemic. So it's not me giving in a command, it's saying very strongly, I believe this to be the case. And some languages like English, the deontic epistemic distinction is not encoded at all, right? It's just about how the words are used in the sentence. Some of them do make that distinction. And so I think that was what Logan was pointing out here about Salish, saying that they consistently distinguish may permission versus may logical possibility, but they don't distinguish may might from must, which is interesting. So in other words, there's no strong weak obligation distinction, but there does appear to be a deontic versus epistemic distinction, which is interesting. Anyway, so
I think I may build that into one of my conlangs, deontic epistemic, because it's kind of a fun thing, kind of like how in Sarkezhe we played with the telicity, focus, where it's like just it's fun being able to think through a different system like that. Anyway.
Okay, so did you decide on a number for Diskiki?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Ooh, just a second. A 2x2 grid of strengths versus modal bases. Nice. Okay. I am not 100% sure because I am struggling to remember. So the root for one is ash W, or that's, like the word for one. Let me see if we actually have.
Here, just type in first. There we go. Rallon.
Because it's first, not one.
Rallonos, yeah.
Because the word for one is different. Oh, that's even better.
So it's going to be rallonos.
So we did have a first one. Down here, ichethesis.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
That's all right. All right to have two.
Well, I had just been kind of like looking to see what had been represented in because the higher numbers are the ones we want more sparsely represented. The lower numbers we should have more of because litters are in general going to be you had said, like 2 to 4 would probably be a pretty normal litter size for these cats, right?
I would think so. Not like rabbits.
4, 5, 6 is going to be on the rarer side. So like,
All right. So I know that now that I switched to showing what do you call it? Pages versus my desktop. We don't see. Oh, that gives me an idea. Because now that we don't see the desktop, every time I do the expose thing and all the windows go away, it's just black in the background. We don't get to see Jonathan's picture. If I just put Jonathan's picture up as a background, we'll always see it.
That would be nice.
Okay, I won't do it now, but I'll make sure that happens because we haven't been seeing Jonathan's picture for a while and it's lovely and it makes me happy. Anyway, so yeah, you can't see me writing it out, but I'm going to write it out here. We have tier 4, Suothos Ralonos Diskichi. A firm believer that the opossums have tapped into the strongest magic. Diskichi has spent a lot of time studying with the opossums, and has nearly mastered their arts. And she is fiercely competitive with, and I'll finish that later. Woo! It's a David break.
That was exciting. Okay, I was actually also like sketching out a grid that Logan had suggested. And I'm trying to catch back up with some of chat. And so here Logan is saying, right, epistemic and deontic are examples of modal bases, and there are others. And so, yeah, like necessity, possibility, and whatnot. And that, yes, there are also lots of other, including like volitionality, and whatnot. And so, like, my brain is buzzing now with ideas, and like different ways that these modalities, and ideas could be grouped. And I am just absolutely excited. Okay, so I'm going to stop by that though. Oh, Miles is off the expressway. Whilst David is out of the room, and David is working on, when he comes back, he's going to finish describing this cat to us. We do have another necromancer who needs to be named, and so we've got little Thornclaw, and we've got the original one who was Barajo, and I'm trying to remember what that even meant. I remember being excited about this one. Oh, wasn't it the tall? Was this the tall one? No, this was Barajo. So this is built on to help, to assist, to aid. So something to do with help. I guess that's I'm really, really helpful right now with my memory. And so trying to think what other words, what might be fun ways. To me, did I say whilst? Did I do that? Did someone else do it? Sometimes I do it, but I actually don't know if I was the one who did it. Nice. Oh, Jake, I didn't see it. Okay, so you had an idea for heterochromia? I self-corrected to whilst. Oh my god, that's amazing. As if while was incorrect.
Oh, yeah.
That is amazing. I love that I did that. That's so wonderful for me. Okay, so Jake, what did you want to do with that idea? And were you just thinking like they would have different coat colors all in one cat? Or were you thinking about something else? And then Sun Moon. Oh, Sun Moon. I think I saw that. I didn't know what that was about. Okay. In the eyes. The heterochromia in the eyes. Okay.
I have an idea. And so when we have a space, I want to share this idea and question.
Well, Jake had just suggested doing some sort of play on a compound of like sun moon. And so that was, I think that had ended that, if you want to.
Well, I think that's a wonderful idea. And we should definitely pursue that. And that's not like as a name, that's just as like a word, right?
We were talking about names.
Well, I mean, I think it could serve as a name, definitely. But I think it's also not a bad way to actually come up with a word for the phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? I had a thought that because I was going to have this cat be fiercely competitive. Sorry, with the with the 5-star Seitzmo. And I was thinking, what if it turned out that they were sisters, but this one was an orphan? One of the things I really liked, it's interesting, there's a lot of language things I really, really like about the Song of Ice and Fire, despite the fact that George didn't create any actual languages. And one of them was this system he came up with, which I thought was brilliant for children who don't inherit a last name, either because they're orphans or because they're bastards. And basically, by region, you take a different generic name. So in the north, everybody takes the last name Snow. This is why Jon Snow is Jon Snow. But in the south, it's Sand, and there are several others where it's like it's just kind of this cultural system. And I think it's really, really cool. Obviously, here we have, if you are an orphan, your birth order is indeterminate. So can we come up with a system for what that second name would be if your birth order was indeterminate?
Okay.
And then what I was thinking is we could give that, rather than Ralongos, we could give that to Diskiki. And then a secret that will be revealed later on is that she and Kelihimi are actually sisters.
Ooh. Sorry, taking a note. Okay. I guess, yeah, Jake, if we're thinking like super young orphan, because otherwise, like, there are definitely, you can imagine scenarios of where they would still know their birth order,
Certainly.
or things like that. But
No, I imagine that this would be some sort of an accident happened.
right. Okay. Oh, did Biblaridian pop in?
Our Biblaridian?
Yes. Hello, Biblaridian.
On this most sacred of all personal holidays. Now that is a mystery.
Okay, I have an idea, and I'm trying to just look for vocabulary in the document to see if we have anything to go with it. God, my page just keeps acting up. I hate to tell you. Okay, so we don't have any vocabulary that will necessarily help this. But one idea that is binging around in my head is having some sort of verb or word that means to put in order, to do that, and then obviously this cat would be unordered. Having something like that, but
let's take a look.
We don't, however, have a reversive or an we don't have a derivation that I was thinking of.
Yeah, we don't. Huh, that's funny.
And
Could've
so
sworn we did. Let me get rid of this because this is old. Actually, that's old too. So that.
I forgot that your name means to be in the middle, David, and I was just gonna like also suggest maybe something that means middle, because it's like if you don't know what birth order you are, you're just like always in the middle and you have no idea.
Yeah. A big hug for you next time I see you, Bib. We'll make the Cuddy Sark yet.
Much love to you, Bibleridian. Oh my god. I didn't even think I missed Cheetos until the second, and I saw CJ's comment, and now I'm like, oh, I could really go for a Cheeto.
I absolutely do not miss Cheetos. And one of the things for me that was a wonderful part of growing up was realizing I didn't have to pretend that I liked Cheetos anymore.
I still like Cheetos, which is why every time we're at trivia and someone brings that mix back to the table, I go to town on the Cheetos, because apparently not a lot of people don't like them, and so they are the ignored part, and I'm like digging through trying to find them to eat them. Anyway.
Olive? Why are we using the olive for order?
Because it's to the... We had a whole reason. We talked about this.
It's probably locative. But yeah, I actually kind of like that from the center. Because it kind of like means from amongst. And it's a really weird sounding one. Devidangos. Devidangos. No, Devidangos. It's terrible. I kind of like it.
And we get to use your name a lot more.
Kinda. So, Devidangos. What a terrible name. All right.
Oh, so are you going to finish writing up the thing now?
Yeah, I need to change that name. So.
Okay.
But I also want to write that.
Yeah.
Rule number 9: if the child is an orphan, or for whatever reason their birth order is unknown, they are given the name. Alright. Like that. And, one day she can actually claim a name when she learns what her true birth order is.
Yeah. What happens if you find out you had a long-lost sibling that you didn't know about, so your birth order is really different than what you thought it was? So, like, if the whole time you've been, like, the 4th, and then you find out you're actually the 5th.
Could happen. I think I'm going to change these so that they wrap, because it's getting too big. And then I'm going to shorten it up.
Jonathan would eat something the texture of peanut butter, but with the flavor of Cheetos.
Ooh.
I'm really happy for you, Jonathan, and I hope you get to try it once and see what it's like. Oh, Miles, we had something that was the texture of Cheetos, but was the flavor of peanut butter. Do you remember those? Those peanut puffs? Oh my God, you don't remember them.
Give me a place.
Here. We like found them at Sprouts or something, but it was like those, you know how I like the puffed, like the hippies and things like that? It was like that, but it was peanut flavor. Like it was peanut butter. So it wasn't like a chickpea that was puffed. I think it was actually like some sort of peanut, I guess, that was puffed.
Yeah.
And so it was like literally like we were eating peanut butter cheese puffs, but they obviously weren't cheesy.
I thought you had said the opposite. Flavor of
That's what Jonathan said. Somebody followed up with,
Oh,
I think it was
okay.
Miles that followed up with, I would
Okay.
take peanut butter and the texture of Cheetos.
Yes, you're right. No, I do remember that. I was
Okay.
very confused because I was thinking of the opposite.
It was really, I thought it was really good. Oh, Tabby's suggesting maybe they were Bamba peanut puffs. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, a Cheetos-like product with the... I'd try anything with the flavor of Copico. Speaking of, David, we did a name.
We did.
We need to celebrate. You know why? We need to celebrate every tiny win we have today.
We do, but
Because...
while you get it out, I'm gonna be...
Well, we can't both leave camera. The thing is, one of us has
I'll
to
be
stay
back.
on screen. All right. Tinguish. Is root beer similar to dandelion and burdock? I don't know what burdock is. Dandelion, I've only had dandelion greens and like kind of salady type things, and it's not at all like that. Interesting. Yeah, you do have David's guitars. Fascinating. Okay, so I also did want to look up and see if Tabby was right, if that's what we had. Because now I'm like, I want to find those again. I remember really enjoying them. Peanut butter puffs. Oh, very scary bag, but that may have been them. Some of their bags are scarier than others. I don't understand the logo they're going with. I don't know. So I don't think that was the bag we bought, but that looks like... And it looks like that may be a Trader Joe's thing, maybe. No, here they are. They're just Sprouts peanut butter puffs. Here's the literal bag we bought. Okay. It
is. We returned it, and now they're reselling it.
David.
Ha ha ha.
David. And there's cute little elephants. They know how to... Their branding is much better than... Bamba has a scary branding. But it was literally... It's Sprouts brand and then peanut butter puffs.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, David, here you go. Woo! Cheers, babe.
I love you, wife.
I love you too. Okay. Yes, and dandelion is really Danielle Dandelion is really correct. Root beer is more like sassafras root. It was originally made with it.
Copico, the only cure for the common cold. Copyright Copi Corp. And I have to spell that out for you. I'm doing it in shop.
CJ, you think that root beer tastes like toothpaste?
Have you ever had mint?
Okay. David.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to do this sun moon word?
Yeah.
Sun is E. That's nice. Moon is non-existent as of yet.
What?
Cats being more nocturnal. It would totally have a root for moon.
Well, of course. E is actually one of the words where it doesn't have a suffix.
Do you think moon should be the same?
Yeah.
Okay. We actually have very few L and N words.
Yeah, I was thinking
in this
L.
language.
I was thinking L too. I was actually thinking LON, which is just loon, you know.
Is that what it would become? Loon?
Yeah.
And then moon, sun could be loony.
That would be what it would be. E-loon would be. But yeah, loon is, of course, the Proto-European root for moon. A loon is the goddess of the moon in World of Warcraft because they just copy. Yeah, so. Give us a different consonant that could end with.
Just reverse it and make it null.
Oh, kind of like that.
And then it would be, because the O wouldn't raise at that point, right?
No, hold on a sec. I forgot to put my thing on Do Not Disturb. There we go.
Nemo. It is 4:30 a.m. and Nemo has risen. Hello, welcome to the day. Wow. Wow. That is very, very early. But anyway, I was saying would the O still go to U if it were N-O-L? Was it the power of the N that did that, or?
Yeah, hold on a sec. I have some Lexergy to thing. Come on, Lexergy. Don't be like that. Okay, here we go.
Jake had to get up at 4:30 today. A.M.
Yeah.
The A.M.
That's pretty terrible. Nulu.
So sorry, Jake. Okay.
So, if we allow vowel harmony to happen, moon sun would come out as Nulu. If we don't, I'm sorry, it would come out as Nulu. Sun moon would come out as Enel.
Oh.
Yeah. That's if we allow vowel harmony to happen. Otherwise, Nuli, Enul.
I think I like Newly on that half, but I like Enel on this half.
Yeah.
So if we go in the one order, I like the vowel harmony. If we go in the other order, I kind of like it without the vowel harmony. And I'm good with either, to the point where, like, if you did want to do a little poll here, I would be...
Well, that'd be a good old-fashioned thing to do.
Oh, Jonathan is pointing out we've already got 2 major LangTime things starting with Newly. Obviously, I like Newly. Yeah. So, if you feel that way, start rallying the vote behind Enel. You're absolutely right. I very obviously like the flow of those sounds. And David hasn't stopped me yet.
Is this the part of LangTime Studio where I go lie down?
Not traditionally.
Dang.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay.
I feel like
Mateus, nice.
I feel like if Bibleridian were here, he could just step in, handle everything. Just sit down at the keyboard and say, right, and then, everything would be fixed.
Honestly, I feel like Bibleridian could pull up the most boring, I don't know, Wikipedia page ever and just read it, and I'd be like, wow.
Yeah.
If you've never heard Bibleridian's voice, obviously go check out his channel because you need to, because it's like, I feel a very comforting voice.
Let's see, I'm looking at our documentation. There's not anything written about how compounds work, which is not ideal. However, we just did the Christmas quiz. It tickled me so much to hear Bibleridian say, Waterman.
Yes.
Also imagining the little jellyfish. Oh, I love that.
Listen, Bibleridian made, God, what was it? Whale snot? Was that the compound?
Seal.
Seal snot sound like the coolest thing ever. Like those words. He made it just sound absolutely cool. And I think that's why some people actually didn't even know what was being said, because it's like, it can't sound that cool and actually be seal snot.
Yeah.
And it was.
Okay, I'm going to need a little bit of help here from my friends.
I think Enel won.
Yeah, it did. Oh, it went handily. So now what we need to do is actually create the root for moon, which is
N-O-L.
N-O-L. It's going to be modern N-U-L. God, oh, what a lovely word in the orthography. That's gorgeous.
Ooh, I like it too.
Ooh, okay, this is Nulk.
Bibleridian says you make him sound like a combination of Michael Caine and Patrick Moore.
But obviously less ridiculous and more respectable.
So more Michael Caine?
No, less ridiculous and more respectable than Michael Caine. How much do you know about Michael Caine?
Great actor.
Oh, no, he's fantastic. He's wonderful. But, I mean, he's a little bit ridiculous in that there were some jokes going on around about him, like essentially explaining things that were really quite simple, but claiming that like he thought of it, but in this Michael Caine voice. No, Michael Caine is wonderful. Michael Caine is wonderful. Okay, so that's moon. I just wanted to be sure that the cases were right.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Oh, a bit of a fail when I tried to write moon there.
What'd you write?
M-O-N.
M-O-N or M-O-M?
M-O-N.
And Mon.
By the way, I think you probably already know this, Britons, but one of the things that we Americans find a little ridiculous is you say mum for mom, and then when you say ma'am, it sounds like mom. And so all of these shows and movies where like some character is talking to another female character and trying to address them with great respect, it sounds like they're saying mom, and it's just really weird.
To your ears, to their ears, it's just
I know.
life.
I know. Shit. Not enough is said about Mon. Oh. Anyway. Okay, Miles knows what I'm talking about. That's good. Okay. I just want to be sure that the cases are right, because, you know, ordinarily we have the suffixes, and so the cases just come. But
Right,
since
so
this
it comes
doesn't...
from ich, the central IS.
That one I know is right.
We have another one coming from OS. It's
more the if there's anything funky that happens with the consonant clusters, that's what I'm after. Because I don't know if anything happens because an L is now in coda position. That's what I meant.
You can put kiss and yell are the two that you would maybe need to check.
All right, I got this. Okay, good. It's just nice. Okay, nothing happens. Wait. Wait. Oh
what
my
about
God.
the N one? Because num is the illative.
No, hold on a sec. Something does happen. Oh my God. Okay, check this out. You're gonna be so thinged about this. Look at this. Dun dun dun. And then of course the vowels here in the suffix chain.
It goes backwards like that? Oh, it's because the O is now in an open syllable.
Well, no, the O has an L, right, next to it, and the L drags it down. Remember, we had a rule where liquids affected the quality of a previous vowel. And so
why isn't it null instead of null?
No, it is. Oh crap. Oh my God. Oh. It is null.
Okay, so null. And so is it still inel? Is that still...
This is the funny one.
Because then it becomes nulu because it's taken the L away.
Yeah. But then these are now normal. Okay. Oh, please don't change how pretty it looked.
Just a second, I'm coming back. I needed to fix the English side. God, my page just keeps hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Can't hire good help nowadays.
I'm looking at David.
But no. It's still enel because we allow that harmony to happen, and so it essentially moves the ah forward and up.
Mm. Okay.
Wait, what? Miles, was there were there bots in chat?
I think, are they here now, or were they in the relay videos that Jake had been talking about?
Oh, I see. Okay.
In comments. Okay. I was like, are they such good bots that they are hidden from the actual people like on this side? Wouldn't that be a feat of bot writers everywhere?
Ooh.
If only the people who could do nothing about them could actually see them.
Whoa.
And then the people who could do something about them, it's like, I don't see any bots.
You've given somebody a really dangerous idea.
As if I could be the first person. Patrick, we knew, but we still love you for all your botness.
But yeah, longtime viewers of the show will remember, I think it was around season 3, that we had a lot of problems with a very specific type of bot popping up in chat.
Was that really season 3 and not like, I don't know, seasons 1 and 2?
It continued into season 3. Season 3 was where it finally ended.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Was it because we made so many moderators that it could be shut down faster?
Maybe.
At some point we just started like helping, like, you help us. Oh my God.
I would give anything right now
to go to sleep,
to curl up on a couch with a nice big blanket with a pillow on it, and to have everybody in our chat be in the room there, and there being a roaring fire, maybe a Christmas tree too, and everybody just having a nice time talking to each other. And then I could just lie down and be cozy and be assured that everybody was enjoying themselves and having a nice time. Oh, that would be so nice right now.
We can turn one of those YouTube fireplace videos on with the cackling, crackling of the fire.
That's true. That probably won't violate copyright.
Jake, however, cannot abide out-of-season Christmas trees.
Oh, one of the things that's a really important discussion to have in a relationship that often doesn't come up until it's relevant is what your opinion is about holiday-themed things outside of the holiday. And thankfully, Jessie and I are just 100% on the same page. We're listening to Christmas carols at night year-round. We love it. We love it.
Now, to be clear, though, that's not like the entire playlist.
No.
It's just that Christmas songs happen to be on a larger playlist.
Yeah, they're not off limits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's me. And, like, I will totally... Some of my favorite Christmas movies I just watch absolutely all the time. And I gotta say, those two Hallmark movies... Those two Hallmark movies that we watched...
Oh, yeah.
Those are going on my list of totally rewatching those.
Those are fantastic.
Okay.
There was... Somebody shared with me a video. Eric Skull shared with me a video of... I think it was a joke video, but... Of people dressed as carolers going around singing Christmas carols, except they weren't Christmas carols, they were Coldplay songs.
My goodness.
Jabba, yes. Dark Horse. Yeah, I can see why you would think that.
Okay, so...
Okay.
Now we need Eno in the dictionary.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's supposed to go.
I think it's going to have to be its own root.
Okay.
And we should probably have other words built off of moon. You want to look at sun for inspiration, see what other words we made?
I think one of them was sunspot. Yeah, sunspot and sunlight.
Well, we could have
we could have moonlight.
Moonlight at the very least.
Which will be the hum suffix.
So the hard
class 9.
The hard thing is this is going to be a verb. This is going to be a verb, and it's going to be an intransitive verb. So I want an intransitive verb whose main vowel is E. Come on, don't fail me now. Oh. Right, that's like never gonna happen.
What's never gonna happen?
Oh my God, there it is. I got it. Oh my. Come to me, little intransitive verb.
Would this, by the way, just be...
This is going to be...
So after a...
When the moon is in the 7th house,
I would need to...
Jupiter aligns with Mars. Yeah.
Let me see if my Lexergy is pulled up. Because I don't know.
This is to have or display. Heterochromia, the condition of having two different eye colors. Put an asterisk there because that's a fun word we want to remember. Because yeah, remember we did stative verbs in this language, so this is a verb. All right.
Okay, according to Lexergy, this is going to be Nelon.
What?
Moonlight.
What was the ending?
Nelon.
Oh, you mean Nalon. Got it. Okay.
And now I'm putting in, I need the kiss in. I'm putting in the other forms that I need.
I don't know if I want to get that wild. Dark horse. What is the incidence of cats being born with two tails in real life? I feel like it's got to be extraordinarily small, as opposed to like something like, you know, polydactyly or heterochromia, you know?
No. Okay. Okay. I feel like that would not be super common. My dad has heterochromia.
Really?
Yeah, one eye is half blue and half brown.
Really?
The other eye is just all blue.
Dang, I didn't know that. For those who don't know, David Bowie does not have heterochromia, or at least he wasn't born with it. He was born with two blue eyes, and he got into a fight in elementary school. He was punched in the eye, and basically it drained the color from that eye. So it's not a different color, it's basically a lack of color. It was due to an injury.
Okay. I don't know how to spell it, but I've got all the forms according to Sarkezhe here. For Moonlight. Would it just be spelled? Oh, it's N-A-L. So I'm going to just spell it the way I think.
Okay. Did we ever enter? Or no, we didn't. Okay, so then it's going to be two words. Nadal. What the heck is this?
Is what?
Nalomoch. Oh, that's the accusative. Yeah, we don't have the cha on there anymore. Nalonos, yep, nalonyo, and nalono. Yep. Good. Wonderful.
Okay. Oh, right. Now I remember. I forgot that needs to drop off. And the spelling is okay?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, yeah, well, it's interesting. I know blue eyes are rarer than brown eyes. So it could be that blue eyes are the mutation. That would make sense.
Wait.
Basically, I feel like you're probably losing some sort of coloring.
Logan's saying human babies most of them are born with blue eyes? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't. Per Wikipedia, 17% of children experience a change of eye color by adulthood. I did. But not from my birth color. It was much later in life.
Thank you, Tingwish, for giving me a chuckle.
Because my eyes were very blue as a child. And then around the end of 8th grade, it was my 9th grade school pictures when they came back, and I looked at the picture of me and I went, I have green eyes? Like, I was very confused.
I had brown all around. My hair was slightly reddish, I guess, as a baby, but...
Yeah.
Brown eyes.
But, you can see pictures of when I was younger and compare the eye color, and, it changed.
All right.
Yeah, I used to have blonde hair. So waiting for David's reaction.
You have blonde hair still. So, saying that you used to have blonde hair is also true. You used to have blonde hair, and you also have blonde hair now.
I used to have very blonde hair. Now I feel like my hair is much... Well, it looks brown. To the point where last time when my dad came out here, did you hear him when like he first saw me, he's like, "Oh, did you start dyeing your hair brown?" It's like, "Thanks, Dad. No, this is natural."
Wow.
He thought I was dyeing my hair darker because that's literally how dark my hair has gotten from what people who knew me before expect.
Jessie, you're the blondest person I've ever met.
Oh, not true. You've met my sister, first of all. Okay.
Honestly, though, if you were to try to describe the notion of a human child, wouldn't you go first to David Bowie? I would.
How is the light this weird today? Do you see how I'm like look at my image on YouTube. Like I look like I am sitting under a heat lamp or something. I don't even know.
You should there's one of the creepiest album covers I've ever seen. Was
oh, thank you, Jake.
David Bowie like photoshopped his face onto a baby, and it was like not like a greatest hits, but it was like it was he was redoing older songs that were no good from the 80s. Look up that album cover, and then you won't be able to go to sleep tonight. All right, let's get back to naming things. So we've got the heterochromia now. Let's name a cat.
Oh my god! Did you enter that on the English side? I'm gonna do it. I just like I was doing Moonlight the whole time, and so I was not like.
I think Inali is a lovely name.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Necromeouncer, which is how it's done in Cat Quest.
And this means we're done with the necromancers, right?
Yeah. In the strangest things, loving the alien. I want Mar for this one. Not almost.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yay! Do you want to tackle healers, bards, or a soldier?
There's only one soldier, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah. Inali is determined to prove herself. To her family, friends, and everyone. Ooh. Take 5 minutes to listen to her. She's studied under was a Diskihi.
Yeah.
It's ready to show what she can do. There we go. Okay. I think the medicine is starting to calm my body down.
Hey,
That's a nice thing.
that's exciting.
I am texting my mother. I'm saying as long as you have a couch and blanket for me, I will be there. Alright. So, the Malmo, which always, by the way, reminds me of that Swedish city. which is called Malmo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm doing searches on potential words to think about. Because specifically for the soldiers in the game, to me, they're the ones that you think about that you want close to your other characters because they can defend, they can hold the shield. And so I was trying to think of like this little baby cat who like would like, you know, even though they didn't even know what the danger was, they would jump in front of their siblings to like be the protector.
Yeah. Born into the hard-working Bobcat clan.
So we do have,
eager to prove.
which of course we just said Malmo is that.
Yeah.
Because that means protector.
What about to stand?
That's also for first.
Oh no, but ral is like stand and then like an adverb, you know? Like proud stand or something. What kind of adjectives do we have? Wait, it's hard. Well, yeah, actually searching through the English side for adjective might be the best. Blind, center, central, curious. That's not how we are going to write that. I'm going to write it like that. Curious, cute, deep, happy, heterochromatic. Oh my gosh, you actually put in my word heterochromiac.
I sure did.
Which is a noun, not an adjective.
Sorry, I had copied and I just made some changes, obviously.
Oh, we don't have any words that start with J. Can you believe that? Not a single one.
Well, on the English side.
Kind.
Yeah.
Nice. Quiet. Rough. Shocked. Spooked. Startled. Surprised. Nothing that starts with a V. Warm. White. And that's it. No, we should... Do we have a word that means solid or sturdy? We don't. We need that. Let's come up with...
Defiant. Just name this cat Defiance.
Let's come up with an intransitive verb that means to be solid, to be sturdy. Oh, Patrick, worry not. There were a lot of mistakes made this season. I feel really good about getting back into the languages for Angala, for Halkoff, and I think we did a great job with the Beaver languages. The three in the middle, Tapahla, Wokutishi, and Sarkezhe, it feels like there's so much to relearn every time we get back into it. Like, it's so difficult.
Made it too complicated?
Too complicated, and we didn't write enough down. And so it's like, for example, like I always shudder internally every time we have to create a new verb in Sarkezhe, because it's like, oh god, yeah, I'm gonna figure out all those suffixes and all that. All right, sturdy, solid. What is the hard class? I see what you're saying there. What is our hard class? Does it come from rock?
Yeah.
It comes from rock.
So I put in las, which comes out as lance. If you like that.
We've never... Wow. We haven't created the word rock. Like, we haven't done that entry. We've listed it as a protoform, but we've never done it. I think there's something to what they're suggesting. That like maybe the modern reflex of that root, aside from being a noun class suffix, is actually just a word that means to be solid, to be sturdy.
Okay. But we're still coming up with to be solid. right now. That's what we're doing.
From the root kach.
Oh, sorry. I have been putting forms into LangTime to present you with a whole list of options, so never mind.
Save those for the next word. Will not have been done in vain. Okay, so modern is kach. Do we have an extensive of any kind?
I don't think we played around with too many derivations in this language.
There we are, extensive. L-I.
Oh, you mean for a verb?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I was looking at the nouns.
Don't you worry. That would actually produce the verb carlo, which is, I mean, it sounds like sturdy, strong, you know? Carlo.
Mm-hmm.
It also sounds a little bit like the name Carlo. Carlo. That actually is how you'd say Carlo with a French accent, except probably with much more rounded lips and some vague stress on the end of it. Carlo. Alors, Carlo.
Okay, so have we made this entry, or are we just getting there?
Ce n'est pas son nom.
What's happening?
All right, so let me find something that has that suffix. Do you remember what that suffix is? It's L something. Here we go. Oh, this is great. This is great. Okay. Huh. Interesting.
What is?
Alexa just disappears for a second. Come on.
Jake says, speaking of Carl, and then in parentheses, there's a video up on his new channel where he writes conscripts.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a moment. Carl has introduced a new YouTube channel. It's not a live streaming channel. It's just a YouTube channel where he is going to review conscripts. And you should all give it a look. And I would love to give you the link, but I forget what it's called.
Well, you keep working on that. I will see.
So that's one bit of news. The other bit of news is that Let's Have a Booba, the streaming show with Jake and Miles, is back. It is back for season 3. But the big news is that it is no longer streaming on Wednesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. It is streaming on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. So not the day before us, 2 days before us. So if you kind of come to it regularly and like for the live stream and you were not aware, be sure that you reset your calendars so you can catch it live like we did this past Tuesday. And by the way, you totally messed with us because like Jessie and I, we watched it and I think we were both under the impression that it was Wednesday.
It threw me off so hardcore that like I literally, for how long now, David? I do laundry every Wednesday and Sunday, Sunday. And like trips are the only thing that throw that schedule off. And yesterday I was so in denial that it could be Wednesday because we had already seen Let's Have a Booba the day before. And I didn't do laundry yesterday. So now, like as soon as the stream ends, I gotta go throw laundry in because what the heck happened? I can't find Carl on YouTube. Does anyone know what the video series is called?
So Carl, perhaps somewhat unwisely, goes by the name Tlakamazatl a lot.
Right. TLA. Gosh, I've seen it on Instagram.
Why on earth? I assume this is correct, but for Lexergy, if the protoform is Q, ash, ch, modern is kach. If the protoform is Q, ash, r, the modern form is gar, with a front vowel. Why does it?
Did you trace?
I'm doing it now.
Okay, well that does not give me the results I want either.
Oh, because the low mid-vowel merger only applies when there's a following r.
Okay, well I can't find Carl's channel. I thought I would be able to do that, so never mind. Neography A to Z is what Miles is saying. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Neography A to Z.
And Jake put the link in there.
Thank you, Jake.
Jonathan, it took half a day before I suddenly went to David and said, it's Tuesday. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, why was Let's Have a Booba on today? I'm now very confused. And that's when David posted on Discord. And it's like, legit, we were both so confused.
And that, of course, led to a discussion which led to me characterizing Miles and Jake relationship in a particular way, which led to Bubba saying what he did in chat, which it was, I'd say it's one of the biggest LangTime Studio moments that has ever happened outside of a LangTime Studio stream.
That one? Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. It was two typos. It was two typos and an autocorrect. And then a misunderstanding of how a certain word worked. That makes sense. That makes total sense. But Bubba, we love you so much. Bubba wrote, you didn't paint me as the aggressiver on network, y'all, too, THH.
And I will say David took a screenshot and sent it to me and was like, do you know what's good? Because he knew I wasn't on Discord at the time because I'm very bad at being online, as you all know. And I was like, I don't know. And yeah, it's autocorrect. Autocorrect just absolutely destroyed everything that Bubba was trying to say.
It makes so much sense if you know that B is next to N on the keyboard. And think about if you miss B and type N while typing between. Imagine what autocorrect might suggest if you started writing NETWE. All right? Like, it makes sense why they autocorrected to network, right? Instead of between. It was, but much merriment was had. It was truly one of the LTS moments. All right. Ooh, between the networks should be a grammaticalization. Okay, so
Actually,
for better or worse.
Listen, I know the conversation was long because David recapped it for me and basically was like, don't even bother trying to catch up because there's so much chat. And I was like, okay, I get it.
Okay. Now, the only thing I want to make sure is that this is correct. If I can get another intransitive verb that
To be study. We're being study.
Man. Oh my gosh, I did
And then we
I
both
did it
typed,
twice.
No, we both typed an R at the same time. I'm not touching it. Do you want me to delete it?
Yeah, go ahead. No, but I did it again in the modern too.
Okay.
I did it twice. Wow.
You didn't just copy and paste that?
No, I typed it again.
Baby.
That's a stunning statement about where I am right now. So, this is what I need. I need to make sure that if there is an intransitive verb that has "a" as its main vowel, I need to make sure what those are. Oh, it's right above. It's right above. Oh, fantastic.
Also, as
Fantastic.
you're doing that, Bubba, I gotta say, I think you were right originally that you can, like, I feel like I've heard that before to say, oh, you don't paint me as blank.
Oh,
Like,
no.
you can say that, right?
Mm.
You don't paint me as a conlinger. I don't know. How would you end that? I don't even know.
I mean, honestly, true, but no, I don't really think that you can use that unless it's a regionalism that I'm unaware of.
It may be a southern thing, and then everyone here is like, no. I agree that you can also say you don't strike me as this, but like,
And that
you can say I didn't paint you as.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't paint you as but that's a defensive
Whatever.
thing. Like I didn't paint you as a hardline plastic bag user.
That it's defensive, not just like, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't paint you as
No.
a bird
No.
collector.
No, it's defending yourself from the suggestion that that I would have tried to make you
To
look like a
me,
hardline plastic bag user.
I don't know. I don't feel that it has that negative connotation. Strike, I feel, has a bigger negative connotation. Like, oh,
No, like
you don't strike me as
no. The regular usage of paint somebody as means to unfairly portray them as.
unfairly. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't paint my taste. That's a valid expression.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got to be sturdy and solid, and we have I did the same thing with the archaic and modern form. And so this should be a 1 there. That should be a 1 there too. Okay.
Ariana Grande has a song, I Don't Like the Way You Paint Me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm seeing if I can. Anyway,
Yeah, it's true.
I'm totally gonna be sidetracked by.
That's true, CJ. Yeah, that's another good one. Tinguish. I didn't have you pegged as, but that's like seemed to you. Yeah, you didn't strike me as.
Yeah.
I didn't have you pegged as.
Who would paint bird collectors? I don't know that
That's a good
David.
poll. Biggest LTS bird collector.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Magpie. I don't know.
I love fancy birds.
And to make sure we're all clear on this, the birds that David collects are decorative or decorative if you are in that frame of mind. They are not live birds.
One of the moments I will always treasure, one of the best gifts I ever had was we were in Ross, which if you're not from the U.S., Ross is kind of like a low-end department store. It's where things get offloaded from other stores, and came across this crazy golden bird statue. I was there with my sister, and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, we left, and my sister, who was quite young at the time, enlisted family help to go to Ross and get the bird to give to me as a present. And now I have that bird. And he's over there. He's wearing a Christmas hat still.
I gotta say, though, that, like...
I want to make sure that they can see it.
I heard that story differently.
Yeah?
I think they probably saw the Christmas hat in the corner. There's no way they actually saw the bird underneath. We'll put a picture on Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have told that story differently in the past. And so now I'm like super curious to know.
Ooh. Let's see what LexRG does with this. Oh, LexRG. It keeps resetting itself.
The K disappears. It's achlo.
Hang on. No, it's not. So if I wrote that, it was a mistake. Let me find that.
Okay, so while he's doing that, I will say the version I
Sorry.
heard was that David and Natalie were both very upset that this bird was slightly damaged
Yeah.
and like no one was going to buy it, and so bought it together that day.
Oh no. Natalie got it for me as a present.
But anyway, yeah, I've never heard that part of the story. The way you've told it in the past, it's just been like you were both upset by it, and so got the bird that day.
Okay, I've got the name because I'm going with the old word, so it's a good name.
Okay, I have to change the English side because I had just put in the old.
And so the name is actually going to have, where's the Malmo? It's going to be a geminate, Caralo. I think that's a great name for this one. And you're right that this one should be younger. I like that. At least in terms of litter order. So 3 or above. Whatever you think fits the best with Yagathahos. Caralo.
God, not a ch. Not a yah. Isn't 4 yah? So not a 4.
Yeah, not that.
How about a key?
I like that.
Key is 5.
Yep. 5th is Kinges. Wait, Kianges. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. Great. And so, despite being a young cat, or how about from a very young age, Caralo would always jump to the defense of his siblings. Yeah. Seemingly born to be in the house. In the what's the name of the bobcat in our language?
The bobcat is Yachathahos. Sorry, that's the house.
Yachatha.
Yachatha.
Born to be in a house. Yachatha.
Good night, sister languagist.
Caralo is old enough to go to battle, but not seasoned enough to stay behind to guard the kingdom. There we go. Perfect. I'm really, really happy with that. All right, so it looks like we've got, 4 left?
5.
Oh, it is 5.
3 healers and 2 bards.
Right. Tier 4, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 5.
All right. It's too late to try to start another one.
I think you're right.
I'm calling it because
Oh my god, I have so much pain in my body. Oh.
I'm tired. I want to get water. David needs to go lay on the couch. And so yeah. Okay, so
we can use this
let's
time
spend this
for
time
a
to
Q&A.
Q&A/plugging things. So we had mentioned Carl's Neography A to Z, which thank you, Miles and Jake, for helping us figure out that channel name.
Yeah.
Conlangery, I think, will be this Saturday, right?
Yep.
You're
same
still
time.
doing that, right? At like 6 a.m.
6
Pacific?
a.m. Pacific. But also, it hasn't rolled out everywhere, but George has created a new logo for Conlangery, and it is incredible.
It's on YouTube. Everyone saw the new C.
It's
on YouTube
it's wonderful.
And then let's have a booba. Are you back to Wednesday next week, or is it like
No,
Tuesday
I think Tuesday
the new
is
thing?
the day. That's
Tuesday's the new thing.
Yeah.
We want to get confirmation on that. So those are all things. There's a new Conlangery challenge. Ooh. Tuesday is the day. Okay, so Tuesdays. So next Tuesday, don't miss. Let's have a booba. And yeah, I will not be doing any other Conlang challenges in the moment, other than trying to get
Jesus. Sorry.
alert. Other than trying to get a relay text ready, Jake. I'm getting there, and trying to get our work done for our work. So those are the only things I'm working on. No, Jake, I was getting to the relay. The thing totally took me out. So that's the only Conlang challenge I am up for right now is the relay text. And so, woo. I know, like, I mean, my heart goes racing every time I hear it. Like, I want to... I think it's because it reminds me of the tornado sirens as a kid. I don't know.
I don't know if this is true. It says, this is an emergency message from the LA County Fire Department. An evacuation warning has been issued in your area. That doesn't seem accurate. I think it's just going based on where it thinks our phone is, because we, of course, are not in LA County. So, yeah, I don't think that's true.
They don't care about me. I got no alert. Yeah. It jolted me too. And based on looking outside, I'm going to say we're not in any immediate danger.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Woo! All right. Any other questions from you all? Anything?
Yeah. Oh,
no, CJ. No more peaceful dosing.
Anybody watch us and not listen to us? Like, just use the...
Oh, that's a fascinating question.
Just use the...
The airport wouldn't be under fire danger, would it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. When they said Hollywood was on fire, is the sign okay? Is our hill okay? Is our tree okay?
Oh, that's actually a decent question.
The tree where we got married may be in danger because that area is where...
That would be a shame. Oh, Miles, I use reruns sometimes to help me fall asleep, but that was single me.
Oh.
See me raising my eyebrow for
that? Oh, man. CJ, you had said you were dozing. No need to apologize. You were tired, and the alarm going off didn't help. All right. Well, Mateus, we're also on our way out. I think we're just trying to, by forma.
Mateus is like, oh, I'm too sleepy. I'm going to go, I think. And it's 3:59. Like...
I mean,
you could have said nothing.
Listen, Mateus, so much love to you. Get some good rest. Stay grammar. All right, so I think...
Whoa.
Right, Miles? I remember that because I remember you being on that date. And I remember us all being very excited about you that day. And then, like, the other day I was just thinking about how, like, you and Remy aren't, like, an LTS couple. It's not like you were introduced because of us. But in my head, you totally are an LTS couple because it's like you were part of our community when you met Remy.
It's a remelation, but also, I don't know if this is a regular expression, but Mateus just said, look, sometimes you sink in sight of the harbor.
I love it. And if I don't know that it's a regular expression, but it is now, I hope part of my vocabulary because I adore it.
Oh my goodness.
So true.
Okay.
So true.
I started our stream, with the button on OBS. So I'm going to try to end it with the button.
Oh yeah, and I'm right here if it doesn't work.
All right. So stay grammar, everybody.
Stay grammar. Bye.
Love y'all.